Hi guys, before I get started into this video, I just want to say that I have actually posted this video before, but I don't know if it got taken down or if I accidentally deleted it, but I'm uploading this now. This is not like one of the videos I will usually make a day, but here's chapter 22 of the Bakugou X Katsuki Listener series.
Oh, that was loud. Hi guys. So, just give me a second. This is chapter 22 of the Bakugou X Katsuki Listener series, written by Crimson_A on Wattpad, link in the description below. Obstacle race. As everyone started running like wild, he lifted off of the ground with a powerful boost of air, soaring over the students below who were struggling to pass by. This must be the first obstacle. You flew just out of the doorway and were in the lead until a feeling of bitter cold swept you. Apologies, Shoda said as he blew speed below you. You glanced back to see most of the students frozen to the ground. You could see that Momo, Ayama, Kishima, Katsuki, and several other classmates of yours did make it through. There were only one in the air. Nice trick, Shoto! You yelled at Shoto, looked up and smiled, but was taken off guard when he saw you smirking and your eyes ablaze. You spun around in mid-air and shoot your feathers towards making them sharp like knives. Aimed at Shoto. They barely missed and cut through a piece of clothing. Aaron, that was super hot. Mineta screamed once he noticed you in the sky. You were throwing your sticky balls everywhere until he got punched in the face by a giant freaking robot. Huh? He yelled as he dodged multiple robot's arms. The other faced these in the entrance exam. There were so many robots all blocking your way, but you couldn't just fly over them because they would knock you out in seconds. Jeez, let's deal with you this the easy way. You yelled as you twirled around, creating momentum in your wings, and before you spun out of control, whoosh! You were sent a huge blast of wind, just like the USJ attack. Half the robots fell to the ground and broke into pieces. Schroeder sent a whole blizzard towards the other half of the frozen dam in place. You had taken off guard, and Schroeder was right on your metaphorical tail. Oh yeah, when Tamaki and Shoto Todoroki take the lead. I was so sure there for a moment my father was going to walk in the room. But let me continue. President Mike pointed out as the crowd continued to go wild. The rest of Class 1A and other students were left behind. I froze the robots while they were off balance. Shoto spoke up as they were running below your flying form. He looked up at you and you looked down at him. On purpose. He finished and you looked back to see the said robots falling to the floor. You smirked back and your favorite popsicle, who knew he was that darling? You were sneering in the next obstacle when Katsuki appeared next to you. Kinda unfair that you get to fly over everything, huh? He smirked and you replied, sorry if I made you jealous, Katsu. You laughed and zoomed past him. Shoto made it to the next obstacle, a maze of high rocks. He instantly at the first until he saw you. Your sparkled as he knew this would be easy as hell. Just fly over. He flew over Shoto's head and winked at him playfully. Katsuki was still trailing behind. You were just halfway through when Shoto was sliding across the rope underneath. Suddenly Katsuki blasted his way next to you and accidentally swinged some of your feathers. Gosh, shit! You screamed, but Katsuki didn't know why until he looked back. Frick, when? He shouted, but didn't stop, though he continued to blast himself towards. You were hurt, and the pain was enough to make you stop laughing and start falling. Crap! You were falling. I thought that you were gonna fall straight to death. Shutting your eyes and waited for the impact or something. You then felt strong arms holding you tightly and a cold, icy breeze on your face. You opened your eyes to the Shoto holding you bridal style. How embarrassing. You mumbled and he chuckled. It's okay, you're safe. You were still sliding along the rope. When he came to a stop, you nodded and put you down. You continued to run by his side. You were even a little bit more in the lead than he was. You've always been faster than him. You'd always win every race when you two were younger. Thank you, Shoto. He smiled. But don't do that again unless you want your father to roast you alive. To the side and nodded. You reached the danger mines, and both you and Shoto looked back to see Katsuki. You were going to have a serious talk with him. Later, maybe. The rest of the students were again on you, and you looked forwards, trying to declare a plan to get through this. You gathered up all your willpower and lifted off the ground, your wings gently. Shoto looked up at you. When that's dangerous, you could get hurt. But you didn't listen and started hovering across the minefield. Shoto wasn't far behind. Your wings stung and you gritted your teeth. You lifted higher and higher, hoping that you would be able to fly again, and explosions and smoke surrounded you on the right and then left. The other student was heading off the minefield and you couldn't dodge fast enough. It was a tough decision, but against your better judgment, you floated towards the ground, careful to watch your step, and took a breath. Then, like slow motion, a small crumbled sentence filled your nose, and Katsuki danced towards Shoto, who was now in the lead. You noticed Katsuki giving you an apologetic face, and then he was Shoto were heading head-to-head, fighting for the win. Let me show what happens when you mess with me. He smirked and did a front flip, stumbling and cartwheeling towards your speed and agility, stunning every student, pro and teacher there. You're catching up with Katsuki and Shoto, and by the time they stopped their little bickering, you had managed to come up right behind Katsuki, grabbing your shoulder and throwing yourself towards the capital. Catapult, like a catapult, launching yourself in the lead. Shoto's eyes widened a bit, but Katsuki had a look of pure shock and fear written all over his flustered face. I have never seen anyone so amazing. You were running in the lead with Shoto and Bakugou right behind you. That's when you heard another explosion, but a lot bigger. Looking up, you saw Izuku in the air on the metal board. He easily passed all three of you, and you were pissed off. I didn't do all this shit for nothing, Izuku. Without thinking, you spread your wings and blasted upwards, ignoring all the pain and adrenaline pumping through your veins. You were directly above Izuku, who screamed scared. Guess he didn't think about landing, huh? Bakugou and Shoto were directly below Izuku, and before you knew it, Izuku set off an explosion below. You were too quick though. Taking your feathers out, minimizing the size of your wings, you sharpened them and created your way on makeshift feather board. You and Izuku replied each other's moves and shot forwards. Now you're competing was Izuku as Shoto and Katsuki were behind. Once you both landed, you collected your feathers and started running again. But you were taken by surprise when Shoto and Katsuki appeared both on your sides and their quirks. They pushed forwards, leaving you situation for fourth place. With the boys up front, it would have been impossible to win now if you didn't have your wings. You smirked and easily blasted yourself towards forward again. You screamed in pain as your wings were still hurt from Katsuki burning them. With a great pain but promise, you slowly passed Katsuki and then Shoto, and lights filled your vision. A new breath was rough, riding, collapsing on the floor on your back. You pressed the mic on us. Unbelievable! When Tamaki takes first place! The close cheered as you stood up again. Confetti rained down on you, and that's when a red feather flew towards you and crickled you. With a confused state of mind, you look up to the stand to see a goof of a brother with tears in his eyes and a huge smile across his face, cheering louder than anyone. Holy shit, he came. You're so happy that you were surprised with tears of joy cascaded down your face. Kay gave you a thumbs up and you rolled your eyes and laughed, doing the same, not remembering that you should have kept it low-key. Katsuki came up to you and looked at you in your eyes. He was frowning and it scares you. Katsuki, are you... Before you could finish, he looked to your side, with a slight blush on his cheeks, and put a shaky hand behind his neck. Sorry for the wing. He laughed and said it was alright. But he continued and you looked up at him, your eye-color eyes shining like the sun itself. But that was pretty badass. He finished smirking at you. You wrote that you felt your heart doing a weird thing, almost like it stopped or something. You shyly smiled and thanked him. With another kiss on his cheek, you left to go find Shoto and Izuku to apologize, leaving a very confused but happy Hedgehog behind to think of one thing. What the frick it is so freaking amazing. What the frick is she so freaking amazing. Ooh, that was... Ooh. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!